Hi, Stephen. It's me, Juju. And this is a long time in coming. I think you've made 2 or 3 video responses to me so far. And I get kind of lazy about making these because it takes forever to upload. Anyway, um, I just got done watching your video response to one of my videos, and you asked some questions on there. I don't attribute anything positive to the rage. I know you hate these dramatic puffs on the cigarette. Sorry. So what do I think about that? No. No, I don't think the rage has kept me alive. What I think about rage is that it's fear wearing an ugly mask. I think rage is fear. And the agoraphobia, I don't know if it was on that video or one of the ones that came after, where I talked about where my therapist said that I had symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, and I think I did that to myself with my rage, because it's just as frightening for me, the person having the rage, as it is for the people that are around them, and in some ways more so. So I think with the agoraphobia that I just seem to be having all these hostile confrontations with people wherever I went. Minor things. I read a study once that they found that children with bipolar had trouble reading expressions on people's faces, where like they would just misinterpret. So for a child that doesn't have bipolar, would see maybe that person is they're deep in thought, but maybe a bipolar child would perceive it differently, as maybe negative, where instead of thinking, oh, that person's deep in thought, that person is avoiding talking to me, or that person doesn't want to engage with me. And I figure if bipolar children have that problem, I'm sure there's adults with bipolar that have that problem, because I would get that a lot mostly from family members, because no one can push your buttons like your family. But I would feel like they were disgusted with me based on their expression, or they were angry with me, and I was constantly hearing, that's not how I feel, that's not what I'm thinking. So I have to assume that I was just not reading their expression correctly, that it's being distorted in my mind. And that would create these hostile confrontations, my misinterpretation of their state of mind or their response or reaction to me. And I think that goes for tone as well. I would feel like a tone was maybe disrespectful or hostile towards me, and I think when it's that many people saying, look, you've read me all wrong, it's probably you then. If it's like one person, every once in a blue moon, then I think, yeah, go with your gut, you're probably reading them right. But that wasn't the case. So the rage is fear, and the agoraphobia is just a way to, it's just anxiety about anxiety, isn't it? it's ironic that I'm actually talking about this because I went out today. Yeah, I went out and I had lunch with a girlfriend. And it was not easy. You know, I was dizzy, nauseous, headachy, all those things that come with the anxiety. The last time I went out, with the exception of seeing my psychiatrist, my therapist, was a month ago, was January 25th. And that was for my mother's birthday. I had fun though. When I first got to the restaurant, she wasn't there yet, and I was starting to feel like I wanted to leave. I wanted to just get in the car and go home. And once she got there, I did good. I had a good day. I can't always do this. I was meant to go out with my mother to do some things on Tuesday, and I just felt like, you know what, if I go out today, I'm going to make 20 excuses why I can't go out on Friday. And every day, you know, getting closer to Friday, the anxiety was building and building. And I know I had let a few of my YouTube friends know that I think it was Wednesday. It was Tuesday or Wednesday. I had a rage tantrum, and I usually feel sick for days after that, and you know, the shame for a lot longer. Part of that, I think, was anxiety building up about going out. I'm not using that as an excuse though. I own my feelings, I own my emotions, and how I act on them. But I think a lot of little things kind of help build up to that. But they're getting less frequent, or so it seems. Yeah, I'm not going to attribute anything positive to the rage. Stephen, I don't think you should either. It's not a tool, it's not helpful. Um, I mean, anger is a valid, legitimate emotional response to certain situations. But it's different to say, you know, hey, um, I'm outraged at that, or I'm angry about that. But a rage where you're, you know, damaging your property and, you know, putting your hands on someone else, or, um, you know, it's just being destructive, and that's not good. That's not going to help us in any way at all. Was it Dr. Wayne Dyer says, you know, you have to control your anger and not let your anger control you. And that's what I'm doing when I have those rages. I'm letting it wash over me. You had that funny video about those guys using chi. And I remember this one boyfriend I had, Tim, we had gotten into a fight. I was so angry. I wanted to punch him right in his face. And I took a step towards him, and he did. He went down, he kind of was tripping backwards down the 2 stairs of the landing. And I mean, I hardly did anything at all. And I swear I felt that energy just push him. And I know that you were making fun of that kind of thing, but I'll never forget that. I thought, oh my God, you know, my anger got outside of me. But, and I don't laugh because I think it's funny or cool. I mean, can you imagine if somebody being afraid of you like that? That's terrible. Anyway, I'm glad I finally got to get one of these off for you. You've done some for me, and I'll do another one. I'll be back.